Hello everybody and welcome back to Formula Fun Sim Racing. My name is Zappy and I'll be on the commentary mic as we're about to get started. It's going to be 5 red lights and we go racing here at Australia. Scrubbins and Zen on pole with Flyscott in P3 followed by Spliff in P4. It's going to be Zen who leads into turn 1.
Oh, hey wait, why did he not
As
go?
they're nearly going to collide with Flyscott, was spun round along with Scrubbins, with Spliff in P2, with Footy in P4 now, getting all through with AI in P3 around the outside. Spliff's going to send it on the inside line, nearly getting the move done, but he can't quite get it done. While Footy is going to be right behind an AI now. He might try and get past him soon, but it won't be the case as he's going to collide with the wall.
What the hell just happened there? Oh my god, it's doing so well.
As his car is going to disappear, but it is the man in the lead who's about to disappear, Zen, after a dominant performance last season.
Of course.
And look at that race start from the back of a car there, and that's Scrubbins' car. He got a brilliant start off the line, did Zen, into turn 1. Scrubbins sent it, Zen locked up, ran a little bit wide, and Scrubbins, trying to avoid Zen, went in the wall, and he just avoids it narrowly as we're slowly watching this up, as they very slowly nearly got off this. Meanwhile, Flyscott at the back had to play the paid thing on it. Meanwhile, there's the replay as they're nearly going to collide with Spliff trying to avoid action as well. Well, now look at this from Flyscott's on board, the man who was pretty much the case of these guys having an incident there. Then Flyscott trying to avoid. Scrubbins could not do that. Slight bit of contact and he spun round as well. What about the onboard from Footy? And look at that. These are 360 footages from these cars. New feature on F1 25 around the outside. Footy was trying to stick his car there and he gets past a couple of cars. And not sure how the stewards are going to look at that as he nearly got past off the track. Meanwhile, I think this should be the onboard for High B, who got overtaken by as he nearly going to collide, and he also had an incident. So many incidents and contacts being made into turn 1. A lot has happened without much even happening or getting started in this race. He's going to send it on the inside line, a huge dive bomb from High B, but eventually he's going to back out again. That was a huge dive bomb as they're now again on board with Spliff as well. So let's see what he does into turn 1. We see a lot of incidents. Spliff is going to have to avoid these guys as well, as he pretty much narrowly avoids it. And that's why we see him going side by side against Zen, maybe trying to look for a move around the outside. He's going to send his car in, but Zen's going to be able to defend his place. And now comes behind an AI driver in between these guys with Footy behind the AI. But look at this then, so much happening. Meanwhile, an AI is going to try and get past another AI there, unless we could see who we are on board, and we are on board with Spliff, as Spliff is going to get overtaken by the AI for second place. It's Spliff who's going to get that third place to his name. Meanwhile, Scrubbins is going to be coming up right behind after the turn 1 incident. He's going to get past Footy as well without a problem, without an issue. Gets past Scrubbins, he gets past Footy. Flyscott's down in P10, racing on his own, maybe. Now he's going to get closer to Footy as well, because we could see Footy is on it as he goes a little bit wide, goes into the gravel, into the final couple of corners. It'll be the door opening for Footy, for Flyscott in fact, or maybe not, as he's going to lose the car on his own.
I want traction control back.
New year, new season, are quite finding it difficult as compared to last time out, last year, and they've certainly gotten it. Scrubbins is going to be going for it on the inside line as well against High B. Will he get the move done? Yes, he will, as High B is going to have to quite stay behind for a bit, rather to avoid any action or any problem or issues. While we're on to lap 2 out of 15, Scrubbins has now got a couple of AI drivers, or in fact it is Spliff who's going to try and get past the AI driver back again with the DRS enabled as they're nearly going to collide, but he's just about avoiding any contact against that driver, will get past, and same should be the case for Scrubbins, who's right behind a couple of AI drivers now. He's ahead of everybody in that bottom 4 pack in P7 as he'll get past the one AI for P6, and he's got 3 ahead of him before he could get closer to the top 2, to Zen and Spliff, while High B is now in P8, should try and get past the AI in front of them as well. Meanwhile, it was Zen who won last year in Australia, as far as I could remember. Meanwhile, we're on lap 3 out of 15. I wonder if we're going to go into lap 4. Rather, we will not. And we're going to stay in lap 3 as IB's going to send it on the inside. A little bit of tap on the car in front. But the move will be done. And the reward will be taken by High B. Or is it, though? Because the car behind might try and come back at him. He's going to stick his car in on the inside, but has to back out. Rather, to avoid any collision or any issues against that car. Meanwhile, Scrubbins, who has made another place then in P5, while he now has 2 more cars to get past before he could catch up to those guys up at the front. And looking at Scrubbins, he's starting on a set of soft compound tyres by the looks of it, as Zen, I would believe, started on the mediums, while Scrubbins is going to go for it around the outside. He'll get past one driver. He might try and get past another. And it is Spliff, who's not far behind these guys as well. He's not far ahead, in fact, I should say. And he should be able to get past. Scrubbins is able to get past around the outside. And we'll get the move done now. And he's got it done right here, as we're going to move around left and right to see what we're going to be getting. What are we going to be having in these 3 laps that have so far have completed and happened in this race right here, as our leader will now move over to lap 4. Meanwhile, Zen is without, and nobody's going to catch up by Zen. Let's see what happened here. Fly Scott just behind High B, I believe that is, and yes it is. He's going to send it on the inside line. Sorry, not High B, Footy. That is, as Footy's going to come into the pits, while as he gets overtaken by Fly Scott. Despite Footy trying to come into the pit lane, they made a little bit of contact. And Fly Scott is down in P10.9 as well, with Footy down in P10. Spliff, remember, was the only driver who did not achieve a podium last season. So he certainly has got to up his game and take the chance on making it a podium number 1 and a journey to the podium, which he could not achieve last season. He could possibly and potentially get up to it this season, and this year he's got it as Scrubbins goes quite wide. That slightly might slow his progress down. So despite Scrubbins getting Spliff getting closer and closer to get overtaken by Scrubbins, I think he'd still rather not be feeling much of a pressure as long as he could keep the car in control on track and on track. Because if you could remember, Spliff was qualifying decently, I believe, sometimes in P4, sometimes in P3s, even at a couple of races, and it was just that he wasn't able to convert. He wasn't able to convert qualifying performance into race performance, or even on days he was performing, he would make a mistake or lose the car, which would potentially, possibly make him lose the car, and all that progress that he made would be undone. And sure, those who had incidents and made contact have decided to pit, the likes of Footy, Fly Scott, I believe, maybe High B, I'm not sure. But yeah, but we should possibly see the top 3 coming into the pits. Not right now, though. We're only lap 5 out of 15. But within the next 2 or 3 laps, we should possibly see drivers coming into the pit lane, and it would be the top 3. Meanwhile, it is Scrubbins. He's getting closer and closer to the car of Spliff. Spliff, after running in P2 for 5 laps of this race, he's going to get overtaken by Scrubbins on lap 5. He gets past him around the outside, even way before the braking zone. Spliff nearly tries to come back at him, almost going into the back of Scrubbins there. But he certainly has to back out of it and let Scrubbins get past. So let's look at that. And we just talk about both drivers coming into the pit lane. And it's Scrubbins who comes in. I think Spliff is going to continue. So that would either Spliff is going to stay a lap more out, or he's on the medium compound tyre. Definitely those soft tyres are going to be quite out of grip by the end of lap 5. So time for Scrubbins to go on to set of medium tyres. I am not sure what tyre that was. Maybe we would get to know that when we're on board again with Scrubbins. Meanwhile, it is High B who's on a set of medium compound tires, so we should potentially see him go a little bit longer as well, as Scrubbins comes out just right behind FlyScott of the pit lane, as we could see it on the overlay. Meanwhile, we're here on board with High B, who might or might not get past an AI driver in front, with Footy, who's down 55 seconds in P10. Certainly has found it difficult, has Footy then. Meanwhile, there's going to be chances for a move. Is there going to be chances for a position switch, as FlyScott is within 6/10 of Scrubbins, and as strong as DRS is around here with that slipstream mixed along with a bit of ERS which could be available on Scrubbins' car, he should be able to get past him either around here or possibly into the next DRS zone, which is going to be coming up just on the exit of turn 10 and 11 now. Scrubbins runs a little bit wide, but that's not going to be doing anything on his car, as he will get past FlyScott. Just FlyScott had to watch him get past, and the overtake done by Scrubbins. Into P8 he goes, and pretty much as soon as those guys in front pit, there's going to be Scrubbins who's going to get back to the top, or at least have a chance to get back to the top. Meanwhile, High B, currently running in 6th place, should be having a move, or at least looking to make a move on the drivers in front, or on the car in front of the 2 or 3 AIs he's actually got before he could catch up to Spliff. But remember, if possibly not FlyScott, because I think because of incidents, him and Footy have pitted, but High B, Zen, and Spliff, all 3 drivers will pit, with Zen already over 14 seconds ahead of our race leader of Spliff. He might not need to worry about his pit stop, but maybe High B needs to worry about his race for a little bit, as there was a little tap on his wheels, as he's still going to be side by side. Rather, he might have to back out of it. He won't try to do that. They're nearly going to make contact. They see slightly bang wheels, but is it going to be High B? No, it won't be him. They were side by side, but the AI came back at him and got the move back again from him. Will High B go for it again? I don't think he's close enough to be making the move, but that was quite close, way too close for comfort, and what a job, and brilliantly done by, rather you have to say, the AI driver, to not let High B overtake, and not really pretty much have it easy on himself at all, and let himself get up and get ahead. While Spliff now looks like he's into the pits, and we'll find out how much does Scrubbins gain by, because I wonder if anybody else is pitted. I don't think so. Possibly Scrubbins, and Spliff, and Spliff is just going to come out ahead of Scrubbins there on a brand new set of tires, cold tires, because it is 5/10 gap between Scrubbins and the car in front. So that would technically mean that he's able to get past, and that possibly should get him past the car in front and get him an overtake. So that is he nearly going to make contact? His defending has been quite crazy from a couple of AI drivers right here, unless it is the camera angle which is making it look like that. But it is quite crazy, and look at that, Zenzoku, the man who we have seen for the very first time pretty much since the race start on board, to go over the line and enter a new lap in this race. But look at that, I mean, we haven't seen much of him in this race at all.
Yeah, this is going to be a good line for me. I'll just follow you. Okay.
We're going to watch a different camera angle rather than a 360 camera on the Formula 1 cars, and certainly, look at that, it is Zen who is currently leading the race by over 14, or rather 16.8 seconds to the next car. And I wonder if he's made the pit stop or not, which would be interesting if he's on the soft tire, and he maybe has not made the pit stop just yet, as he's on lap 10. But still on the medium compound tire, and I would assume that he started on the medium and would go to the end and finish the race on a set of soft tires. While High B has pitted on the previous lap, who was also on the medium tire, and I think with the experience of Zen and his tire management, he possibly would easily be able to manage.
No, you loser. I think I saw you in my mirror. Go off the track.
But looking at this now, lap 11 out of 15. As far as it remains, Zen looks quite dominant to win this race, with Scrubbins in P2, followed by Spliff in P3. And a podium that Spliff would have been waiting for all season long could come here in Australia. Well, High B looks to be gaining a place soon, as he's just about got half a second to the car in front. DRS will be open on his car. The extra speed, the slipstream, everything that he needs to get past the car in front, and he'll send it on the inside line. He's slightly going to touch the car on the outside, but the move will be done, and he will take a place in a P5. It was quite aggressive, but I think he's going to get the move done, and he would not have any problem with that as long as he gets the move done. He might get another one right here then. He's 4/10 to the car, another car in front as well. This could get exciting right here. Rather, no, it might be P4 as he's going to send it on the inside line. The final lap has now begun for High B.
Yeah. Oh, track limits.
And High B's got a 3-second time penalty for exceeding track limits, and that would certainly mean as long as he finishes under 3 seconds to the car behind, he's going to have to give up that place back. Obviously, he isn't going to have to give up the place back on track, but he would rather have his place taken away from him. As if he's going to be Scrubbins. He's going to nearly lose the car.
Wow, that was lucky.
Is over 22 seconds ahead of Spliff, while it is going to be Zenzoku, the man. He's going to come over the line and win the Australian Grand Prix round 1.
Nice start to the season.
With Scrubbins, who's going to get home in second place. And now it's going to be Scrubbins over the line to take the checkered flag as the overlay has disappeared. But Spliff finally gets the podium to himself in P3. Finally a position that he would have been wishing for. He's going to get up to this one.
Let's go. Nice. Yes.
Spliff on the podium. Way to go.
First podium.
Congrats.
Thank you.
But look at that. Zenzoku, the reigning champion, the defending champion, currently on your screens. Zen wins in P1 with Scrubbins in P2, Spliff in P3 with High B to finish in P5. Fly Scott in P8 and Footy in P9. And that pretty much is going to be the end then, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you all watching had all the fun and enjoyed racing around here. It was only round 1, and we'll see you in round 2